What's up, everybody? It's Dano the Mano, and I'm here with another Golden Mike podcast, SeaDek exclusive. This time, I am coming at you from the 50th annual Wisconsin State Show Ski Tournament up here on Lake Wazeecha in Wisconsin Rapids, and I'm standing here with the Chief Judge, Chris Coupland. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Dano. How are you, man? It's great to see you up here.
Yeah, it feels good to be back in my old stomping grounds. I'm a little jealous. I want to be out there on the water myself, but hey, sometimes roles change over the years, right?
They do. It wasn't that long I was on the water myself, and now I'm taking the other side of the job here. So
absolutely. Well, we all appreciate that, sir. So I want to talk about the event and what's going on here. 50 years. I want to talk about the tournament and the history. Can you kind of give us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it started in 1967. I think this is the third site. Don't quote me on that, but they've been here. I think this is the 38th year they've been at Lake Wazeecha here. So.
And how have the conditions been so far for the tournament? I know we're here on day number 3 at this moment.
You know, we've had some great water, but it's been hot. We've been through, some have said a tornado came through on Thursday. I mean, this place was just devastated. But the skiing conditions have been fantastic.
Well, I want to touch a little bit about that. So I had seen through social media that a heavy storm blew through here on day 1 of the tournament. And as I rolled in here on day number 3, everything seems to look perfect. So how did you guys make that happen?
Yeah, it was crazy. It just kicked up. Everybody ran. We got a stone shelter up here. Everybody was in. There's an 800-pound stairway that flipped up, went flying through the air, landed on the other side down by the beach. Before we were out of the stone shelter, the county workers were here. They were running their chainsaws, cutting the trees. Trees had been knocked down. It was crazy. But one of the greatest things I've ever seen in this sport is all the teams. Everybody came together. In a matter of 3 or 4 hours, they had most of the debris gone, the trees cleared up, and then the host team, the aqua skiers, stayed here till late that night, replacing the judges' tower, stands, everything. It was crazy. You come in Friday morning, and if you hadn't been here before, you would never have known the devastation they had the day before. It was just amazing to see the camaraderie.
Well, I'm stoked that everything is back to normal out here and looking forward to seeing the rest of the ski shows out here. Now, this has got to be one of the biggest towed water sports events in the world. 24, 25 teams competing this weekend?
Yeah, I think there's 25 teams this year, and it is the largest water ski tournament in the world.
Okay, so I know that you've been involved back in the old days with some traditional water skiing and even some wakeboard events, but what sets show skiing apart? What's the difference between this and any other aspect of towed water sports?
I think the biggest difference, and I know there's family involvement in the other disciplines, but here it takes families to be successful. You have mom and dad. You know, dad's driving the boat. Mom might be driving the boat. You've got the parents doing costumes. You've got pickup boat riders. It's the whole family. It's really the only sport where the whole family can be an integral part of your scoring and help contribute to the success of a team. So some of the other sports, it's not as prevalent. And here, we're constantly trying to get as many people involved, families. And what's really cool this year, we've seen a lot of people that have taken a few years off. Their kids are now at that age, 5, 6 years old, where they're starting to ski. So it's bringing them back in the fold too. So it's really cool. It just keeps going generation after generation.
I know you guys do like 3 different divisions. I believe it's like 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, exactly.
And I know that I grew up on a pretty big water ski team with over 150 or so members on the water and off the water. Can you tell me like the size of the smallest team, the size of the biggest team out here?
I'm just guessing now, but I would guess that the smallest team's probably got about 20 skiers, and the largest team is probably in the neighborhood of 140, 150 skiers.
And how many years have you been involved in this tournament?
I'm kind of a newbie at it. My first year was probably around 1990, and then took a couple years off. Then I got real heavy in 1994 up until I think I left my old team back in 2008.
So how has the tournament evolved and how show skiing evolved over the years?
You know, it's involved from only a handful of competitors. I think they gave an award. They had a really nice reception the other night. And other than the aqua skiers, of those 20, and we can have as many as 27 teams, there's only been one other team that's been in every tournament, and that was the Rock Aqua Jays. So it's gone from a very small event to the largest water ski event in the world.
Super impressive, man. Well, I noticed you're wearing this bright orange hat, and there's a gentleman who is very involved in not just show skiing, but in towed water sports in general, a guy who helped take wakeboarding to a whole new level. His name was Skip Gilkerson, and tell me a little bit about what's going on with the orange hats this weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost a true legend. You know, there's not a lot of people of Skip's caliber and just greatness for the sport. and we lost him last fall. And this was his traditional, or his signature, was to wear a blaze orange hat like this. And so his nephew put this together, and they're raising funds for the Skip Foundation. I don't know if they've really decided where it's going to go. I think it's an education program, but they're selling them this weekend. I know they're going to have them at Nationals, and it's just a great tribute to a great guy.
Very cool. So, Chris, if anybody out there is interested in finding out more about show skiing, Wisconsin show skiing, national show skiing, what do they have to do?
You know, the best thing to do, two places, go to usawaterski.org, and there's a show ski tab, or you could go to waterski.org. That's the Wisconsin Waterski Federation's page. Reach out to us, and we'd love to chat with you.
Well, there it is, guys. I want to thank this gentleman one more time, Chris Coupland, the chief judge out here at the Wisconsin State Waterski Championships. I'm the Noise of the North, Dano, and this has been another Golden Mike Podcast SeaDek exclusive.